Okay, so I didn't really want to make this video, but it's becoming apparent to me that it's just no longer avoidable at this point. Dragon Age the Veilgaurd has accomplished two things with its inception. Number one, it has shown the world that Bioware is, sadly, no longer the same development team who made us such revered bangers like KOTOR or Origins. But most importantly, number two, Veilgaurd has lifted the veil of how tainted game reviewing has become. So we've got a lot to dive into with this one. So roll yourself a blunt, grab a mango venom, hit like, subscribe, and let's fucking go. What's up, everyone? Savage Gamer here, and damn. So the reviews are out. Looks like Dragon Age the Veilgaurd is the best game to ever be made since fucking Pong. Except that it's not. In fact, Pong probably had more controversy and deeper substance than the latest Bioware release. However, if anything can be taken away as a positive from Dragon Age, it is that it has been made abundantly clear that game review journals are no longer submitting honest feedback to their audiences, and instead giving anything that aligns with their own political agencies a 10 of 10 rating now. And this does nothing to better serve the gaming community or aid in proper development feedback. If you are going to use your platform to shill for and slobber all over the cock of the latest title who bends its knee to a woke gay agenda that's already been infesting the world of game development, then you no longer hold any credibility, in my opinion. But why does my opinion even matter? You may be asking yourself, as you notice that I don't even have 1,500 fucking subscribers yet. Well, a huge reason why I haven't gained more subscribers or traction with my channel is because I'm genuine. I'm brutally honest. I don't placate a persona. I am just myself. I don't toe the line of any political correctness and could care less if you find what I say as offensive. And not only do I not care, I find satisfaction in laughing at those who soil their panties over my disregard of pronouns and diversity. As a result, I am essentially shadow banned on YouTube and have been for some years now. The fact that you're even watching this right now is such an astronomical glitch in the firewall of protections that YouTube attempts to keep me hidden with that it's nearly the equivalent of winning the fucking lottery. So go make sure to subscribe now, because it's highly doubtful you'll ever just randomly come across my content ever again. Anyways, there is a huge problem with game journalism these days when supposed game reviewers are just too afraid or unwilling to point out any substantial flaws in the title that they reviewed because the overlying agenda or the message within it takes priority overall. Criticism is a unique talent to have when you're capable of doing it in an unbiased way. And unfortunately, we can all see that these left-wing game reviewers are incapable of being fair or even genuine with the game's flaws, while also commending what they believe are that game's strengths or positives, especially if that title decides to embrace agendas like trans characters, pronouns, and gay sexual themes. These people would give the same 10 of 10 review score for a basement-developed gay and transgender porno film as they did to Veilgaurd. Yet somehow these are the trusted reviewers that everyone flocks to and who will receive zero backlash or consequences for blatantly misleading their own audience, who will continue to receive free game keys and free trips around the fucking globe in order to keep them happy, while they aggressively shill for unpopular agendas that are ruining all us normal people's gaming experiences. And while some of you will certainly be offended, calling me a racist or a homophobe or whatever dumbass bullshit, supposed insult you decide to hurl at me, I honestly want to assure you, I don't give a fuck. But before you throw slanderous language around at me, ask yourself something. Would you want to hang around a dumpster diving meth head who hasn't showered in half of a fucking year? Would you allow that dumpster diving stinky ass meth head to approach your children or dance naked around them while applauding that bum? Or would you want to play a game completely embracing the dumpster diving stinky meth head where you get to play as him and smoke meth and stink? If not, I guess that you're a bumophobe. You see, phobic means you're afraid of that thing, which I am not. But I don't want to be around woke gay pronoun shit, the same as I don't want to be around broke ass smelly junkies. And that's why your attempted insults mean jack shit to me. Also, I'm half Filipino, so good luck with the whole you're racist shit, as Filipinos are amongst some of the most oppressed people on the fucking planet historically. But moving on. Game reviewing is an art form. It should never take the form of being activism. While your own preferences can be acknowledged and appreciated in your review, you can't just sideline or entirely ignore all the other issues altogether, as if having post-op surgery scars entitles a game to be utter shit in every other facet. A good game does at least a few things right. Great graphics and world design, great writing, but then maybe can lack in other areas like choppy, sloggy combat or a lackluster skill tree. But a great game, a 10 of 10 game, is bringing the best of all of those areas front and fucking center, leaving no areas lacking for improvement. Facial animations and lip syncing are all spot on. The writing and dialogue are all compelling and intellectually written with meaningful choices that in turn relate to impactful and different outcomes. It's graphically beautiful and impressive world designs with rewarding skill leveling and satisfying combat. Now ask yourself, did any of these reviewers who gave Veilgaurd a 10 of 10 mention any of these areas, let alone all of them? Probably not, right? They gave it such a high rating because these same reviewers are themselves activists within the LGBT movement and will allow for such huge missteps in every other category so long as the one that means the most to them is represented and at the fucking forefront. These same reviewers who gave Hogwarts Legacy a bad score or refused to even fucking review it, which in my opinion is a far better game in literally every way than Veilgaurd, with the exception of gay inclusion, even though they turned a female character into a trans person by giving her a man's vocal resonance. But that just wasn't enough for these people. No, we want scars. We want pronouns. We want games to be gay as fuck and with ugly as fuck women in them, or we hate them and give them shitty scores. These are the people that you have decided to trust and support for your game reviews. If this is allowed to be entertained any longer, I can assure you there will be severe consequences as the result. You see, all these game devs will see these ridiculously high acolytes and scores given to mediocre at best games and in turn start copying that same development process, leaving to every game feeling like a rated for PG and for modern audiences type game, no longer focusing on fun and rewarding engagement because the scores are all that count to them and to their investors. So here's my best advice for all of you listening right now. Unsubscribe these fucking shills and start promoting game reviewers who have shown that they aren't lacking in integrity. I'm not here to suggest anyone in particularly to you. I personally follow Luke Stevens, ACG, Synthetic Man, Game Ranks, and Fertanga. And I don't necessarily agree with them on a consistent basis, as we all have a difference in opinions sometimes. But I also don't think that they are trying to sell me on something that's utter shit just because they embrace its political messaging. So, I think it's seriously time to reconsider who you decide to trust with the future of gaming. Because while ultimately it is independent gaming studios who create the games that we play, it is those reviewing and giving high or low scores to games that will determine if we will see more of those type of games or not. Remember, IGN gave Alien Isolation a shitty score. Remember, Days Gone was given pretty shitty scores. Remember, IGN gave fucking Dustborn a 7. So either you want actual great games to play, and it's up to you listening to me now. It is up to you to shift who holds the larger voices within the reviewing landscape. Or you are fine with being served mediocre, shitty games over and over and over until the entire gaming industry inevitably collapses. It's seriously time to make that change now. Or don't. But anyone with a brain can see where this is going to end up if it doesn't change. Anyway, that's all I've got for you on this. Until next time, have fun, stay savage, keep gaming. I'm out, y'all. Peace.